guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you guys for Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 12.
Last episode we stayed with Canute and Ketil showed up to the town to meet with Harold, only to find out that Harold was dead. At this point, Canute needs money. And the obvious solution would be to take out his troops in England, but he needs them there to take over and keep, control over the place, because he's not there to rule, and the English people will rebel if there are no Danish presence there.
But since he cannot do that, he needs money from somewhere else.
So he's looking at his farmers. The other obvious solution would be to raise taxes, but that would be looked down, frowned upon. As soon as he becomes king, he raises taxes, people would not be happy.
Yeah, I know.
So he wants to take some land, from his farmers. And here comes Ketil, a very rich farmer who gives a lot of products, and his farm is bountiful and it's fruitful, and things seem to be going well for him. And he's got a son, Olmar, who wants to join the army. He's not a good soldier, and he would die right away, but Canute sees an opportunity there. We think he might want to use him kind of like a hostage situation, where he would force Ketil to do this without raising hell, maybe. We'll have to wait and see, but for sure, whatever's gonna happen this episode will screw over our chance, I think, to be free. Let's jump in this episode and find out what the plan is gonna be about and how Ketil reacts. Oh, and Leif is around, by the way, and he's this close. Let's jump in this episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
All right, let's go.
Mid-season episode, so things are gonna go down. Explosion,
as
death,
always.
manipulation.
For lost love, okay?
豚に乾杯した男中士団に入りたいなんて口にできたもんだぜ伝えるだけでいいんすか伝えるだけでいいそれだけで済ませる自信ねえな俺からかいたくなるか
He looks so sinister.
後で酒でもおごってやる笑いすぎだってやったお前よ
Oh, so he might.
Holy shit.
Good shot.
Yeah.
He might save him and say, "Oh, you're in debt to us. We protected your son, maybe."
ずらじゃ負けてないぜ
The plan
Dude,
has
you look evil, man.
the plan has been enacted. Or I mean, it's in its beginning stages.
Mighty river leads my soul, I need to see the world. To the unknown, I'll go against my sorrow. Oh, river, take me out, take me away, river. Oh, river, take me out to the unknown.
I don't know what happened to my voice, but what the fuck?
Oh, shut.
Into the
Your voice got screwed over by Canute.
yeah.
オルマル殿ちょっとよろしいかな戦王陛下の軍団のものだ
Being used by the king right now.
ウルフ様からのおことづてを持ってまいった
He expects it. Why play with this?
入団希望の件であるが命を捧げんとするその覚悟重視長閣下は申しておられたご覧の上で閣下の申されるには未熟であるとゆえにだな実に惜しい
To be fair, like, I don't like him, like the son, but it takes courage to know you have no skill and to still want to join.
決めなかったんだって
Like, why make fun of him? You could teach him.
豚が鎖片びらでも着てたねえ鎖豚びらか
He's gonna react because they know what type of person he is, as they expect.
就職に失敗してらっしゃるんだ紹介したらどうだ親方の料理人が一人欲しがってたぜ豚切れねえもん
His temper will fucking play along with everything.
Oh, you think he might attack
Yeah,
the
that's
soldier and kill someone?
侮辱 には剣で向ける向け
Because if he does attack someone or wound someone or kill someone,
It's gonna be
that
bad.
could be the incentive. Oh, your son attacked my man.
弱いくせに
It's gonna get bad. They expected him to react.
But yeah, no. That's how he's gonna take the farm then as payment for the insult what he's about to do.
俺一人でやる多勢でかかったとあっちゃ戦士の名俺だ負けんなよちょってなこつけてやるぜオールマルだな
He could be saying like you said, attacking someone from the guard is an attack on the king, and as you know, retribution,
話通りの変なチョコだな
you get to give us lands, right? You get to give us part of your farm.
That could be it, yeah.
I think they expected him to be at least good enough to hurt.
さてオールマル途中にゴロゴロ寝るんじゃねえ
Oh, his brother.
兄ちゃん
It's kind of like it's Thors.
Yeah. Troy.
My Thors.
侮辱されたんだとっとと立って野郎をぶち殺せ
The pride of the family relies on you, but it's gonna be exactly what they want. It's gonna be worse.
さて
They're playing with the fact that Danes care about their image and their honor.
戦士の取るべき道は2つだけだ殺すか死ぬか侮辱をそのままにして生きることだけは
Wow, thanks.
戦って男になれその日だ
At least thanks for the speech, bro.
He's literally saying, I will kill you if you don't fight.
And you know he's gonna do it.
But it's not a good thing either.
I know.
敵の首を跳ね飛ばす姿を
How does that play out though? He's also a member of the guard. A member of the guard pushed someone to kill a member of the guard?
敵が蝶をぶちまけ血の池でのだうし姿を気合を入れろ
He always enjoyed this.
I know.
野郎を殺せ
And he's impressionable.
I know.
いけしまいだ
There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. The eye. And now,
Now let's go back to when he killed that bird with the coin, right?
yeah. It wasn't a bird, it was a
butterfly.
yeah. There's a random coin in his eye. And now you've killed a member of the royal guard. Your father's gonna have to pay the consequence because otherwise he's gonna end up like Thorfinn. Thorfinn also had to pay the consequence for what he did.
おい
Thorfinn tried to kill the king.
Yeah, and he became a slave because of that. And this is almost like attacking the king. You're attacking his royal guard.
それでこそ俺の弟だあとは任せる
But the two sons are now fighting the guard.
Yeah.
Forget that. It's done. Who trained you, Thorkel? Holy shit.
殺したのか
And that's another thing. This guy was never meant for this. Canute is destroying characters. Sorry, Uncle. Oh, he's ruthless. Like, this is bad.
We've said so many times that people are, when they never killed someone or never been on a battlefield, they got this image of what it is to be a warrior,
Especially
with the
them.
glory and the fame.
With their stories.
Yeah, but when you're right
意識
there
何かで
and
潰
you
さ
kill
れたら
someone, it's change everything.
オルマル道を開けてくれ
What have you done?
なんだこれ
Ah, you can see the
guts.
the guts everywhere.
まあ落ち着けよ親父落ち着けだと王の使者を殺し
To me, it's just as bad as attacking the king.
こんな火はねえ何侮辱を受けて決闘になり名誉を守った相手は5人文句を言われる筋合いはねえ禁じられた俺だろうが誰も守っちゃいねえよ
Canute will care about that law.
侮辱が高くつくってことぐらい分かっててオルマルを舐めたんだ無作法者だぜどけ
To be fair, what he's saying, I guess a lot of people would agree with, but Canute will take that as his opportunity because that was the plan.
罰を受けることはねえ
Normally, I think he has his doubts that something happened because he saw the eye.
騒ぎを起こすのは何者か出てまいれクルート陛下の重視ケティルの子尋常の血統である当方に非はないとは王陛下の名において禁じられておる、不敬を働いた貴様らを逮捕するほら見ろトールゲル
It doesn't make sense
Yeah.
that you've been used.
力を抜け待ってくれわしは
You're the father.
手を後ろに回せ聞こえんのか
Dude, stop. No, wait. No, it's gonna get even worse.
Oh shit!
貴様
I think it is mine. Might as well, right? I'm getting arrested anyway.
He reminds me of Björn without the drugs. He's a berserker without the drugs. Just how his eyes glaze over when he's fighting.
Yeah.
He's a true personification of what they believe a Viking should be, you know? Like, it was about honor. In his world, fighting back makes sense to him.
Oh shit.
今度こそ行かれたかトールゲラ取り返しがつかんぞてめえに聞きたいことがあるなんでオルマルを勝たせた
In order to use you.
知らなかった
Ouch! Well, he got it. He saw the eye, like I said.
Yeah.
He knows they're being
He's
manipulated.
not a cone, so he knows.
なんでオルマルを罠にはめたケティルを
In front of everyone, though, they're saying that.
This is not gonna end well.
王陛下に対する退逆不敬の罪に
Might lose a couple points there, Canute.
死者を殺させた一体何をしたと
You
いう
did
か
nothing. It's not on you.
ウルフ様の命じるままにやっただけだ
I mean, you do everything right. You're a good citizen.
But he screws his own people over.
Yeah.
クヌートに目をつけられたへ違うぞ親父こいつは始まりだ敵は強いぜ
You're declaring yourself a traitor to the king in his own town, surrounded by his people?
Oh shit.
You sure you want to do this?
I'm just gonna say thanks, bro, for your help. Because without you, it will have been over for us.
Well, it's still kind of over.
ケティル一族は逃げ
Okay, they managed that. But they're gonna bring the problem to us. It's still bad.
抑えたのですが姿を現しませんトールギルの身柄を拘束し損ねたのは
腕の立つ男のようだな。
良い部下でした
成敗の口実は成立した。ケティルの農場へ赴く。
陛下の警護役の重視32名を動員します兵数計102名です
That's a lot of men for one
And
farm.
they'll be facing Snake and his little group. And us.
But Snake is a good soldier, though.
He's not enough.
Thorfinn is a good soldier, though.
He doesn't want to fight.
I know.
All because of
Thorfinn is a good fighter, though.
It's all because of Canute and his freaking dream that's never gonna happen. The guild, man?
Meh, not so bad.
何を笑うのです。
言ってきたことを父が喜ぶ
What did I say?
何が悪い進むがよい3点に至るには
If you compare that to what Thorfinn went through with the ravine,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm climbing myself, you know, I'm climbing so I can get out. It's I'm killing so many people in that madness that I can get out by walking all over them. It's just fucking crazy.
もう出ても構いませんよ
Thank
went?
you. But they're all
Oh,
gonna
thank you, Leif.
they're all gonna be in the middle of this. Can we just fucking run?
好意に感謝する
He's gonna meet
好
Thorfinn.
意じゃない約束を忘れんでくだされよ表情持ちのあんた方を送り届けるなんてどんだけ骨折りだったか戦士に二言はねえケティル農場が3倍の値でドルフィンのこともだぞその奴隷も差し上げる
And you know, please don't live without
No,
him.
he's so fucking dumb.
親父もう出てきても
He just wanted peace, man.
The betrayal, though, right?
Yeah. Everything he was avoiding is now coming to his freaking door. And he's been changed forever because of the manipulations of other people that don't give a shit. Great.
He must feel guilty too because technically because of him.
Well, he knows he's been played, but
He's
still.
been
No,
played,
but
but
he was freaking out because he killed a guy.
Yeah.
よし今日はこのぐらいにしとくか
I'm so like split between being really happy about what's coming and being really terrified about what's coming. Right after that.
I'm excited about what's coming though.
どうしたトルフィン
Something's
夕日が
changed.
そんなに珍しいか
This is a red sunset. A
People
lot of
die.
blood have been shed.
笑いたくば笑うがいい呪いたくば呪うがいい楽の建設のた
You're delusional.
This is not an utopia if you don't have any people living in it.
失われた愛のためだ
You're gonna make it so much worse. He's such a broken guy, man. He's a broken man who
know-
has been through so much and he never dealt with the trauma, he never dealt with the grief. He's angry and he's doing everything wrong. And he's also, because of that, like because of his power too, he's bringing a whole country in his bullshit with them. Sorry. What did you want to say?
No, it's fine. I just want to say that it's so terrible that when people want to create utopia, like Canute, by getting rid of every single problem that they can find, like people who go against them or who are fighting them because they don't believe in what they believe. You can have an utopia if you don't have any people living in it, right?
It's the idea that the world is rotten right now and there's no saving it, so might as well start anew, right? Get rid of everything or I mean that's not what Canute wants to do, but this is what he's slowly going towards.
Is setting himself up for this though.
Yes, because the world will people have free will, and because of that they they are free to go wherever they want, believe whatever they want, and think of their own future without necessarily taking into consideration Canute's plans. So if Canute thinks he's better than everyone when it comes to thinking about the future, he's gonna tell people, follow me because it's for your own good. And if it doesn't go in the direction they want, he's gonna get rid of them. But the more he goes in on that path, the darker he gets, the more people will disagree and he'll get rid of them. The world will always disagree with his plan because people have free will. They want to do their own thing, not necessarily follow Canute, especially since, like I said, he is a traumatized guy. He's got so much anger inside of him and he's never dealt with it, and he doesn't really know how to achieve his utopia, or at least he has an idea of how to achieve it, but it's not a realistic way of doing this. So yes, he's kind of getting rid of the rot, but there's always going to be rot in the world, and he's going to end up destroying everything. It's Kiritsugu from Fate Zero. You get rid of the few to save the many, but then when you're left with the many, there's still some people in there that disagree, so you get rid of more of the few to save the many, and in the end, there's no one left.
Yeah.
And you cannot create a utopia if you end up being the problem, because now who's going to deal with you? Right? He's manipulating your enemies, going outside of the Viking culture and doing stuff that people kind of frown at because they're like, that's not the way of the warrior, like poisoning his enemies. That's like politically genius because you try to save lives as much as possible. You could argue that he's doing what he's doing to save people's lives, but we cannot use that argument when he's using his people's lives to achieve his freaking utopia. Like I said last episode, who are you doing this for? People like Ketil last episode, he claimed that he was the example to follow and he was great and he shall remain great and continue serving the crown as he did because this is what he did was the example. And he's the first guy he wanted to screw over, and not just like I don't know, not just like ordering him to give land. Canute wanted to keep his image. Canute wanted people to still look at him and be like, yeah, okay, he's a great king, I want to follow
be the good
him.
one, the righteous one.
I said last episode that I thought he was gonna maybe use Ketil's son as kind of a hostage to force Ketil to give land.
This is a more thoughtful plan though.
No, but it makes sense because I was saying he wanted to stay a good king in the eye of people. Like, people needed to see him taking lands from Ketil and not be like, you're stealing. What you're doing is not just, not fair. I don't want to be a victim of you. And he doesn't want his people to fight him.
Yeah.
So he needed to make it look like it was a good thing between him and Ketil. But I didn't think he was going to do that. This makes a lot of sense because this is how you force your own hand.
The fact that you take something from people as punishment.
Like, he's not the problem. Ketil and his sons were the problem, and he's just doing his job as king. He's, ruling fairly because they crossed the line. But it doesn't, he's creating laws and he's changing things, but then he's not following those laws because he's manipulating his soldiers and he's creating situations, and he doesn't give a shit. I love how he went like this with his car in the episode. I don't remember what he said when he did this, but it made me think of how he paid a price. He destroyed his innocence. He killed or he hurt and he made sacrifices because it's necessary to get to his utopia. But it's unfair to force other people like Olmar to do this, destroying their innocence, killing someone, and then feeling bad about it for the rest of his life, because it changes a man. Mm-hmm. If you do this and you feel bad, you understand what you're doing to this guy, but you're doing it for your vision. He's not doing it for his vision, not because he wants to. You forced his hand, you played him for your own utopia. He doesn't agree with it, or he doesn't even know about it. Mm-hmm. He is screwing over so many people because he thinks he's got the right answer. He is becoming so twisted, and he's going against his own laws. He's not doing what he claims other people should be doing. He's becoming the monster. It's just really bad, man. And I like Canute. Like, I feel like he's such a great character.
You like smart people.
I think he's a great character because what he's going through has so many layers, and I feel like it's realistic how because he's like I said, he's a traumatized child. He never dealt with his issues with his father and all those problems. He took them and he kind of threw them at God because religion was his scapegoat. Like, religion was his escape. Sorry. He didn't have love from his father. He was rejected on that side, so he turned to the Almighty, right?
He
turned to the All-Father.
The one and only Father.
Well, yeah, he got love there only to find out that this was a twisted and tainted love, right? It's not true love, and it comes with conditions and stuff. So he just got more of what he had with his father by understanding that he's throwing his anger, at his father to God, and he never dealt with any of that. So now all of that is now corrupting his rule and changing his way of doing things, and it's bad for everyone. Definitely going to be bad for us at Ketil's farm.
Mm-hmm. Speaking about...
Do I make sense, by the way? I
think you do.
English being like weird today, I don't know.
Yeah, but
it makes sense to me.
Speaking about killing ones in a sense, Olmar.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him right now for two reasons. Mainly one, because like we said, when you kill someone, you change for the good, I guess, or for the bad, depending on what you do with it afterward.
I feel like I don't think you can change for good, for the better when you kill someone. It takes away.
No, I mean, what I meant for the good is because if you are a warrior and you shed the first blood or something, like you will know how to react. You won't retreat. No. You're gonna do something.
It might be necessary.
Yeah.
It might, if you're needed on the battlefield, it might make you better eventually. Like, you need to do that in order to be able to do it again.
Yeah, that's what I meant for the good.
But it doesn't change you for the better. I think killing someone, for all of these guys, it takes away, some humanity.
Mm-hmm.
It breaks you. Some of them bury that break very deep and they find joy in killing. But to me, that's just, it goes down to how you were raised. Like, Ketil's son, the other one, the older one.
Thorgil?
Yeah, Thorgil. He grew up on the stories. I mean, both of them grew up on the stories of their father. Or, I mean, I don't know, wait, it's Thorgil who told the story to his brother when he showed up in the other episode. Still, they heard the stories of their father.
But the difference is Thorgil uses it to fuel his anger and his rage on the battlefield.
Olmar wanted to do just that too. It's about proving something. It's about having a father that's proud of you. The culture is also about, how that's how you earn your place in Valhalla, right? It's how they were raised. It's something that's valued. Some of them handle the shock better than others. Olmar was never meant to go on a battlefield. I feel like someone, kind of like, okay, Thorfinn, when he learned to kill, it was a necessity. It shook him, but then he learned how to deal with it. What?
It was to kill or to be killed, right?
He had to learn how to deal with it because otherwise he was going to die. It was a necessity. For other people, the need to be strong, the need to prove yourself, the need to make someone proud of you is so strong that they overcome the shock of taking away a life. And for others, it's just you throw away your understanding of humanity and you throw away, your feelings when it comes to killing someone, because like you see your enemy, you don't necessarily see a person, right? Like you kind of how we talked about when we watched Black Mirror. There was an episode about soldiers, and we talked about how dehumanizing the enemy helped soldiers go against them, because if you don't think about how they have a family, they have children, they have a life, it's easier maybe to kill them
when you're being desensitized.
Yeah. So because like I would assume it's hard for everyone to look someone in the eye and be like, that person exists just like me and I'm taking away their life. But for these guys, they've done it so many times at this point, it's changed them. And some of them have grown to enjoy it. They find joy in killing. The brother, Thorgil, he becomes a beast, but I love how when he kills, his eyes just glaze over. It's kind of like he's losing his humanity. He reminded me more of the beasts from down the ravine, anyway, from down there, then he reminds me of the humans fighting on Earth, right?
Like a demon.
You break when you kill someone. You become twisted in a way, and in this show, at least, that's how they portray it. That's why violence is not a good thing in this show. That's why the whole point is about how you have no enemy. No one deserves this. Olmar is a guy who never did this, never really, had a reason to do this. He was angry. They pushed him. His brother gave him one hell of a speech, and he did it out of anger. And then after that, it dropped on him. Shit, what did I do? He's going to deal with that for the rest of his life. Because Canute saw it fit to manipulate him without giving a shit about someone's feelings.
Could you imagine, though, having that feeling of being responsible for your demise of your own family because you
I don't think that's
weren't mature enough to stay out of it?
I know why you say that, but I don't think that's really what shocks him, because at the end of the day, the brother, at least Thorgil, understands that it was always going to happen, because they were kind of like Ketil was saying, we've been set up, like we've been targeted by the king. Like the Canute would always try to find a way to get those lands. So he was always going to try and find a way. It ended up being Olmar, but I think what shook him was he took a life. Not my family's going to have to face. His family was always going to have to face Canute, because Canute chose that. And I don't think he's going there. I don't think he's, he's not dumb, but kind of. I think he's solely focused on the idea that he took a life. He killed someone, which is, it's one thing when it's stories. It's one thing when it's legends and people tell you, yeah, you're going to get, honor and respect and all of that if you do that. But when you do it for real, it's very different.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you keep doing it, you lose yourself in the madness that Thorfinn was seeing. I also really love, speaking of that ravine, goof, name it how you want to name it. I really love how Svein's head was saying, keep piling up the bodies because you're going to need it to reach the top. Because it made me think of Thorfinn, climbing out and dragging the bodies, dragging the guilt, versus if Canute threw himself down there, because he is in the madness. He's killing more and more people. He's participating, except he's not trying to get out like Thorfinn.
He's not struggling to get out though on his own. He's becoming. If you took what Svein told his son, Canute is not trying to acknowledge his guilt. It's trying what he's been doing and try to repent.
No, he's trying to get out of that. The ugly world that both Thorfinn and Canute see is the bottom of the hole.
Yeah, I know.
Where people are beasts and they fight meaningless, without a reason. They just kill each other because they can, right? This is hell. But this is also the world they live in.
Mm-hmm.
Thorfinn was a part of it. He got, his guilt, and he's reaching for his father, who achieved true peace. He achieved a state of being where he could enjoy life. And we compared Thors before with this idea of what true love is, right? When the priest was talking to Canute and he found out about Thors and what he saw what other people saw in his eyes and how he reacted, Thors was an example of what he described as true love, what he achieved, what he found. He is what Canute and Thorfinn are reaching for, except Canute, in his little world full of people who kill each other and stuff, he's trying to destroy everything that's down there, leave no survivors, because those people are lost anyway. He's creating this mountain of bodies, and he's not climbing out because he feels like he has to. He's not dealing with the guilt, like you said, or all of that. He's killing everyone down there so much that, the bottom will raise, and eventually he thinks he'll get to the top of the hole. Whereas for Thorfinn, he understood that some people will never really change. Some people don't want to change. And this is a madness that he doesn't have to be a part of. He wants to stay away from this. And so he climbed out, dragging with him the bodies that he killed. And as soon as he reached the top, he said, can we change the world, do you think? Like, do you think we can bring peace to the whole world? Now he's looking down, kind of like his father used to do. And he's wondering if we can help those people down there to climb up. But Canute doesn't want to climb up or bring anyone with him. He wants to kill all of them and walk up the bodies until he reaches the top. His way of doing things is twisted. Saying it like that doesn't make sense if you tell it to Canute. He'd be like, no, what the fuck? I don't want to kill everyone. But that's what he's doing.
Unconsciously, that's what he's been doing.
He's playing with the madness down there until he can walk out of the hole and reach his utopia. It's two very different ways of getting out of this misery, except in Thorfinn's way, you save people, you save souls, and you give hope to whoever's down there. In Canute's way, you leave no fucking survivors.
You know what's worse? Because according to what you just said, Canute will never reach utopia in a way, because by killing everybody down there, like you said, and just walking out instead of struggling to get out, it will never change. And by himself, it will be bringing the madness out from down there.
It'll never be enough. Yeah, the hole will just keep growing, I guess, but it'll never be enough. Like, at first it was like, oh, killing Askeladd, but then after, and my father, but then after that it was killing my enemies, killing my brother, and now he's killing his
people.
I mean, there's a reason behind everything he does, but he'll find a reason to kill the next guy.
Never
and the
enough,
next
right?
guy. Yeah. Now we're on our way to the farm. I don't see anything that could happen that would stop Leif from seeing Thorfinn.
Oh, well, he is going to Ketil's farm, so he's gonna see Thorfinn.
But there's also a war coming.
Yeah.
And it's not just that. I know Thorfinn doesn't want violence. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. But how will they deal? Because it's not just like a matter of leaving the place. It's the people he cares about live there. Einar has a girlfriend over there. She's not leaving. If the war comes to their doorstep, she's going to be stuck. And the people that we've grown to care about and we've grown to love, Sverkel, the grandpa, and Snake and his little group, they will be a part of this. There's no, running away and leaving the farm. So I'm a bit worried. I'm very worried. But I wonder what they'll do. Because they don't want to fight. They don't want violence. But they might not have a choice. And I guess someone said something like that in the comments. But, this show is doing a reverse shonen in a way. How, instead of answering to the issue with fights and violence and claiming that, you need to fight back and all of that, the answer would be peace. Stand down. You have no enemies. It's a very different approach. But how do you do that when the world doesn't stop being violent? We kind of talked about that when Thorfinn said, I'm never going to hurt anyone again. that's all good to say that, but what do you do if someone comes at you with a knife? Thors also had to fight back to a certain point.
Out. You don't kill him, you just knock him out.
Knock out the whole army. But it's gonna be tricky to see how his new way of seeing life
Kill them with your awesome.
Kill him with your awesome. Yeah. But how will he react to the violent world that's about to show up in his little, you know, piece of land? We'll see. But at the very least, we'll probably get a Leif Thorfinn reunion, and I'm happy about that. Please give me that.
Next time,
give me that. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't want to, the next one shall be on YouTube next week.
Yes.
We're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye.